Zippity-bop-boo, zap-the-bow. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Karandrin Role-Playing. My name is Kevin Manus-Pennings, also known as Crack Volunteer, and I will be your host and game master for this episode 171 of Brise's Tale. And as always, right down there is my good buddy Max to play Brise, the lovely and talented paladin. Max, why don't you say hello to these lovely people?
Hello, everybody. 171. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
It's almost like every week it gets one higher.
Just about. In most cases, that's true. Won't be true next week. We're gonna take a week off.
We are taking a week off. I know we just took a week off, but I can't stand it. I need some more vacation.
That's right.
Kind of like again.
So we'll try to remind you at the end of the stream that we are skipping next week. But yeah, we all need a break from this. I mean, obviously. So let's Max. Let's talk about where we were last session and what's in stock for us this time.
Yeah. So Brise had been taking it easy for a few days back at Miagral's Keep after the kind of harrowing encounters on Lady Crom's Mountain with the giants. So in the downtime we've learned a couple things, had a couple new opportunities crop up. We've learned more about the weapon known as the Great Sky Rings, which are last reportedly were developed in an area south of Convergence, city of Convergence. We also learned about a wizard Oshekra is seeking a material known as Blue Vein, which is something that can be used to enhance magical staves and rods to improve their information gathering, potentially spy on, overcome defenses to spy detection, things like that. And so we might end up, if we can make some demands of Oshekra, we might be able to help him out, and he can help us out with that request. And then the other thing we learned about is the Ivar, who is the man who'd been asking lots of questions about Brise and about her comings and goings to the keep. We learned that he is working for a banished goblin noblewoman named Ordia. And it seems Ordia's staff has been spotted around town. And we are kind of getting some more information about what they're up to and where their base of operations are. So yeah, a lot of moving parts. The last thing is also in still trying to find some information about where we can talk with the Uthnorn, the species of Fae that are believed to kind of give power to this magic item called the I was going to call it the Crown of Madness for some reason. That's not the right magic item. The nine-fingered candle. These Uthnorn Fae are trapped inside, and we're trying to find a contact who knows, hopefully, some healthy Uthnorn I can have a conversation with and see if they know a way of freeing and uncorrupting those of their tribe that are trapped in the crown. So quite a few directions we can go in today. We'll kind of just see where the wind takes us, I think. The only real thing on my agenda is to go talk with Oshekra's representative. His name is Buranth. He's staying in town. And basically I'm headed down to see him in a little bit to talk about maybe working out a deal for finding some Blue Vein.
Right. So what time of day do we have it in game?
Noon.
Okay. So you're expecting to meet him in the evening. It'll take you a couple hours to get there. So you've got some hours to relax. Is there anything you want to accomplish in those hours, or you just want to spend it idly?
I'll just spend it idly.
Okay.
No rush.
You're not interrupted in your time. you prepare to go, what level of preparation do you want to have here? Are you looking at just doing town clothes and?
Yeah, town clothes. Have my 2 daggers. I keep forgetting, but the boots I wear have a hidden dagger slot.
Okay.
So, slip my piercing dagger into there, and then my other dagger at my belt. And take my bag of holding with me in case I need anything else from there.
Okay.
Yeah, and we will ride my horse into town. Go on a nice leisurely ride.
Down you go into Ballabry.
Mm-hmm.
What inn is he staying at? Did he mention? Do you have a name of it, or do we just have a general? Is it?
He is staying at. Where's this conversation? Why can't I find this guy? Was it last session we talked with him?
No, I think it was the one before.
Okay, 169. Oh yeah, there we go. No, just staying at a local inn. That's all we put.
Okay.
So, where is local inn?
That's right. That's what it's called. Actually find it without a problem, despite the complex streets of Ballabry.
There's because I'm going to Michigan. This is just on my mind, but there's a place there. It's a restaurant called the Whatnot Inn, and I always think that's just such a cute name. It's like, where are you going? You know, it's something and whatnot.
You should slip in there and see if they've got a magnet, for your fridge. It's fun to have that.
That would be fun.
Let's call him up real quick on my database.
I can give you his description here too if you need.
Let's see. What is wrong with me?
In a few hours.
Wonder who that was. Oh, that's why I misspelled it.
Of course, Azrael is riding with me on the horseback.
Okay. He's hefty. Quite a hefty lad.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. So yeah, he's dining alone, sitting where he can watch the door, dressed in this cheap clothes.
Yeah.
And he stands quite scruffy and waves you over.
Mm-hmm.
Gestures for you to take a seat.
I do just that.
I'm pleased you've come to talk business. I don't like to disappoint Master O'Shekra. As you know, he's got quite a temper.
Oh, yes.
Have you dined? Shall I order us some food and beverage? Anything?
Sure, why not? I don't care about the food, but give me some wine.
Gets you the best wine in the house. It's pretty good. You've had better, but it's pretty good. He shoos the barmaid away and rubs his hands together. He can't wait to get down to business. You met him. What date did you meet him? Do you recall?
It was just yesterday, the 21st.
Okay.
So now it is the 22nd, evening of the 22nd.
All right.
So I do know he also knows something about Oshekra's plans with Verilag's soul prison. So I'm hoping I can get that out of him somehow today. He didn't tell me about it last time, but I wonder if there's anything I can do this time.
Well, get him drunk would be one great way to do it.
Yeah, that's true. It's worked on me before. That's
unfortunately true. Yeah.
Oh man.
What's his numbers? He says, if you've mulled over the offer, I'm wondering what you would like from our master in return. I know the mission is kind of vague, and hard to know what dangers you might face, but Osheka can be quite generous, I assure you.
I know how generous he can be. So I ask him if there is a type of fae called Uthnorn, and I'm seeking to try to make contact with them. They gather in tribes, like most other types of smaller fae, and there should be a group of them near Pleston. If your Oshekra could arrange a meeting with me and anyone he knows in Pleston that could try to get me in contact with the Uthnorn, that would be a fair bargain.
He digs in his pouches. He takes out crumpled bits of paper, and he's writing down the information. He says, I can generally get an answer the next day regarding a request.
Okay.
What else might you be interested in?
So yeah, I think we don't want to bring up the nine-fingered candle. So I ask also about there is I'm looking into info on a ancient technology called the Great Sky Rings that was believed to be constructed somewhere south of Convergence in a place called Walbreck, near a place called Walbreck. This was what was the date? I gotta remember the date. A couple thousand years ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah. If your master has any information on the Great Sky Rings or would know about that region, I would very much like to hear about it. I also have the inventor's name is credited as where's this? I think it's in my other notes actually. It was a long time ago. I found it out. Olleera, Olleera, is credited with their creation. Any information on those topics would be appreciated.
Well, what would it be worth, say, in gold, to know the location of old Walbreck? Let's say I could help you, for instance.
Does it seem like he knows it right off the top of his head?
Roll it.
Implying. 5.
Impossible to tell.
I say, well, I ask him straight out, is if you could tell me the location right now, I could offer you a mithril. How to get the location, how to get there from Convergence.
He sticks out his hand and clasps yours and shakes it vigorously. He said it's off of Venters Road, southeast of Convergence.
It's just an inn called the Great Skyring. He's like, man, I made a steal.
It hasn't gone by Walbreck in a long, long time, but there's still markers on the buildings that call it Walbreck. It's a little town. It's in the wine country south of Convergence, which puts it south of Adabir's place.
Yeah, that's right. He was in what was it called, the Sheep's Way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Shepherd's Way.
But Venters Road or Barrel Road, it changes names.
Right.
Take you about a half day. There's an old obelisk in the middle of town. You'll find the name Walbreck at the base of that obelisk.
Mm.
I had business there years and years ago.
About.
Yeah, he rolled open-ended
Nice.
to know where that was. Now, these rings, I don't know anything about that, but I'll certainly ask my master.
Again, roll to see if he's withholding anything.
Sure.
16. God damn.
Can't tell.
Okay.
But, there's no reason for him to hold back. He's made money.
Well, right. That's what I wanted to say. If he was, I at least have a leg over him. Like, I was pretty generous.
Yeah.
It seems like he's upholding his end of the bargain.
Yeah.
What was my gut feeling about him? What did I roll last time?
Self-serving but harmless, I think. I read.
Right. Self-serving but harmless. Yeah. Okay. Well, he likes money. That's for sure.
The town is now known as Drina. Dreena.
Okay.
Hasn't been called Walbreck in a long time. Not even the old timers call it that.
Sorry, did you say Dreena?
N-A.
Drina. He has not heard of the Great Skyrings. Okay.
Is there anything else I might ask our Lord for?
Just his blessing upon. Sorry. Suddenly you're in a temple.
He can be quite generous with gold.
Well, yeah. If he's willing to give me 4 mithril pieces, 400 gold for this, to find whatever I can find from these ruins.
Oh, come now. You can ask more than that.
What was there inflation in Karandrin? All right. How about 10 mithril pieces?
Now you're talking. He shakes his quill at you and he writes it down.
That's God, 10 mithril. I'm gonna have more money than I've ever had. To find the
Is there anything else you want to put on the table?
God, yeah. If a wizard is no problem giving 10 mithril, they must be very powerful indeed.
Well, you got to think of like his clientele. When he does a favor for somebody, what does he ask?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, and he doesn't get asked by even relatively wealthy merchants. He gets asked by the top tiers of society.
Yes, the nobles.
Yeah.
Looking through my notes here. What can he tell me about any weaknesses of? Okay, so I tell them there's a giant. There's a tribe of giants led by a giantess known as Lady Crom. And she's apparently a very powerful magic user. I'd be very interested to know whatever weaknesses or ways to, I guess, if he has any information on Lady Crom of the nature of her magical abilities or how to circumvent them, or if any way to avoid detection by, a giant's magic.
Is that the bottom line, or do you want?
I mean, oh God, if he could just get rid of Crom herself, that's probably asking too much.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, it's putting his life at risk, and
Yes,
he's not doing that for a batch of blue vein.
Yeah, so really, we want to like get those slaves freed, but also to undermine Lady Crom's authority would help with that too.
How to blind a giant's magic? If you could blind it for I mean, you'd probably need a full day.
Right.
But you do probably need to mention, because we know that a Shekra operates periodically in this area.
Right.
Which means it is possible he knows Lady Crom.
Right. And that was kind of I was getting to, like, does he have any information on her about any other secret entrances to her lair or holes in her defenses?
Right.
He's like running out of paper, like, oh my God.
A gesture that he makes when you mention Lady Crom suggests that Baranth has never heard the name. But he's writing it down like, he's going to ask.
Right.
I suppose you could stay the night in the inn and you might get answers tomorrow night.
Yeah, that's true. Is it a nice inn?
Yeah.
All right. Fine.
Small, but very well maintained. The wine's good. He clearly eats very well. He just doesn't dress very well. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Anything else you want to ask him?
Well, I would like to, we can turn the conversation to pleasantries and then see if I can bring up the conversation of the soul prison. But I think that's all for business, right?
Right. So maybe just ply him with alcohol and.
Right. Just so how long have you been working for?
Right.
What's your day to day? Yeah, I can as the conversation goes, just you get into sharing stories. I'll mention about how I kind of came across the prison.
Right.
That's a good segue into it.
All right, roll for me. Let's do
see what he's willing to let slip. 48.
And roll again for me.
6.
Man. All that you get is that he's definitely talking. That Oshekra is definitely doing more trips to Alamar.
Mm-hmm.
Has been griping about having to get renew old contacts there, and how reluctant they've been to do business with him.
Who wouldn't be?
And it's cost him considerably to sort of rebuild those relationships.
Right.
The sense of having to make amends is the sense that Barant got.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to be particularly tight-lipped. He's fairly drunk, but it's hard keeping him on topic. The alcohol has not helped.
Unfortunately, he has crippling ADHD.
That's right.
Stay with me.
That's right. I don't know. Alcohol affects ADHD. I don't know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I've never discussed that with anybody.
Well, because Adderall, right, is like a stimulant, kind of like close to methamphetamine, but alcohol's a depressant. So I wonder if it.
Right.
I don't know. I wonder if it makes it better or worse.
Yeah.
Either way.
So unless you want to ask directly and risk that seems to be the end of your information.
Yeah. I mean, I'll ask directly. I asked directly before, and then so might as well. Wouldn't hurt to do it again, right? Just see if he's changed his tune about what is Oshekra's plans with the soul prison. Although I realize also I've stored secret the location of the soul prison in Azrael, so I guess I could like describe it, but I couldn't describe where I found it. Right.
Right. Its actual location. You would know its nature, but not its location.
And maybe like what's around it, but I wouldn't know like how I got there. It's an interesting, like, how do you role play that?
Yeah. I don't think you would have like nearby landmarks even.
Yeah.
Anything that would, come up. I mean,
recognizable.
I doubt you know the direction from Almar, other than it's not west because that's ocean.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, you just
I'd ask.
What he says is sort of very indeterminate, but he Baranth is notes that whenever his talk of Alamar comes up and he's discussing with apprentices and so on, the name Garathu comes up repeatedly and in a very wicked tone that finally Garathu will pay and won't be in the way anymore.
All right.
and but he shrugs it, like not being firm on what that means, or even if that is necessarily related.
Garathus is ex-wife.
That's right. That's right.
So, his third ex-wife, I should clarify.
And whoever Garathu is, he must be a sizable gentleman, because expressions keep coming up of no matter how big he is, he's going down, or cut him down to size. Those sorts of terms are used. But there's no one exceptionally large that he's never met the guy, because he's not supposed to be. He's not seen anybody who's strikingly large.
Right.
When he's visiting Oshekra's tower.
Sounds like something to ask Fraldrum. And
so, do you want to mention that you'll just stay there until he has, you'll stay there for at least a day until he has answers? Yeah. He says there's a slight chance he could have answers in the morning.
Okay.
He's gonna retire for the night, and you sort of help him to his room. He collapses in bed.
Still breathing.
Still breathing. This inn is called the Silver Hall. It's a silver a night.
All right.
You are. Sorry.
Add that to my list of inns here.
And you are more than ready for bed.
Okay. I'm assuming I gave him the mithril, right? For
yes.
That. Yeah. So I'll mark that off as well.
He took care of food and drink.
All right. Yeah, I will go up to my room.
To bed you go.
Azrael can hop in through my window, and we'll go to bed.
Slip some morsels to Azrael. Although he's probably had plenty outside hunting rats.
There are rats at this inn?
Outside. Oh. Probably inside, let's be honest.
Not in my fantasy setting. A ratless fantasy setting, that seems.
He just eats the fleas, which are the same size as the rats. So I wouldn't worry about it.
It's interesting to consider. I've heard this about like video games too, or like you take a genre and you remove something like you think is essential to it, like, and you create something really interesting, like sci-fi without electricity, right? Like, what does that look like? It really gets you thinking about outside of your boundaries.
Boy, that really is. Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know what that would be
without weapons. Like
metal.
Yeah.
Wow.
God,
yeah.
You ever seen like wooden clubs carved by like Polynesian, like Hawaiian? Yeah. So cool. And you're like, oh my God, that thing must hurt when it hits.
Have you seen those giant boomerangs that almost walk across the ground? Have you seen those? They're like,
no.
I mean, they're like 6 feet high, and they're just above the ground, and they just, they're not intended to come back to you. They're intended to strike an animal in the neck and bring it down.
They really put the boom in.
Yeah, they do. But God, they're so polished and ornate. They're just beautiful.
Yeah.
And man, being hit by that thing, that's no cool. Oh, we got a chat over here. There we go. Motel Jessup has the best rats in town. That's right. That's right. That's we had a buddy whose parents ran the Motel Jessup, and we stopped in our school bus to pick him up for a field trip. It was like 6 a.m. Sun wasn't even up yet.
Yeah.
And while the teacher got off the bus to go get our classmate, I ran off the bus to their marquee. And instead of best rates in town, I took the E off.
That's so good.
And got caught.
No.
So I had to go put it back. So, yeah, best rats in town. So,
and then the joke goes way too far. Like they actually go out of business, and your friend has to move away. It's like, shouldn't have done that.
That's right. That's right. Ruined lives. Ruined lives.
Rats ruin lives. Okay.
So
3 rolls.
Just do your 3 rolls for the night.
56.
No significant dreams.
44. And 76.
All right. Wake up feeling fine around dawn.
Okay. How did Dawn get in my bed?
Whoa. Hello.
Ooh.
You're a woman of broad sexual taste. You like broads. That's really what I'm saying.
Broad. Yeah. I'm sorry, I can't stop making jokes, but it's the Silver Hall. It's all just people over the age of 70.
That's right. With less gray than I have. That's the sad thing.
Like looking at me like, for her age.
younger crowd. But they're all Aragorn's people, so they all look like they're in their 40s, you know.
Right.
75 is nothing, you know.
Oh man.
I think when we meet, I think I looked it up. Like if you look in the appendices of the Lord of the Rings, I think Aragorn is 75 when we meet him.
Wow. He's a high man, right? So that's
right. Yeah, because he dies at age 220, I think.
Right.
So which is you know, ripe old age. That's sort of what you're aiming for, your character.
Right.
So breakfast is cooking downstairs. Or that's actually the same floor. It's only a 1-floor place. Go into the commons room. About half full already. People stirring. Mostly merchants. Some well-to-do farmers. There were a couple of adventurers in here last night. No sign of them. Order some breakfast for 2 bronze.
All right.
Throw some scraps for Azriel. And how would you like to pass your day?
I would like to start by sending a note to Meagral's Keep, addressed to Fraldrum. So I'll get someone to do that, give them a bronze piece, and tell them the note should say, if there's, how should I express that? If there's any information, do you happen to know anything about a man named Garathu? In And then he seems to be an enemy of Oshekra.
Get a runner and off they go.
Okay.
Won't be earlier than midday before you have an answer.
Right. Might as well just come back in the evening, right?
You mean travel back up to the keep and then come back down?
Well, right. Yeah. I basically don't have. Basically, I'll just spend the day relaxing. So whenever
Yeah.
I get an answer,
Right.
I get an answer. So I can read from my tome while I'm hanging out here in the inn. I believe I'm studying Nature's Law 1 through 5.
Roll for me.
Boom, 53.
Get a couple of hours in.
Okay.
Brandt wakes at noon, nursing a hangover. Joined you at the table. Couple of runs for a meal. Wonder how to communicate to you discreetly. It's interesting. He just whiles away the time as you do.
Mm-hmm.
Goes back to his room periodically. Early afternoon, a runner comes up to the bar. The barkeep points the runner in your direction. You're handed a slip of paper. And it says, "Where have you heard this name, Fraldrum?"
Okay. No, like indication of more urgency than that.
I'm trying to think how they could convey anything else.
Right. I see. I see. Yeah. The danger, the lack of information is telling.
Yes.
So maybe I should head back to the keep and try to talk with her personally.
Maybe, it would probably, I guess, it would directly say, it probably should directly say, we should talk when you return.
Right. So I can, I think I'll excuse myself and, just visit the keep and then tell Brandt that I'll be back in the evening if he has any answers for me.
So he stands and bows, and you step out. You got your horse, so you can't just teleport. Although you could teleport there and teleport back, I guess. But I guess you're going to ride.
Yeah, we're not in any rush. We'll ride up there.
Navigation goes well in this confusing town. Make it back up. Send word for Fraldrum that we've returned. Fraldrum meets you in your hall as you're, as you're walking down the hall to your quarters. And so the guard caught me in the courtyards. Let's talk about this business in your room.
Certainly. We don't talk about Garathu. No. Still didn't see that movie.
She comes in, closes the door. I should probably put up a thing for Fraldrum. Not that I can find it. There we go. So she sits down. Your note said could be an enemy of Oshekra's. Is that what you said?
Yes.
She sits down and she says, "What have you heard?"
So speaking with a runner for Oshekra, Buranth is his name, staying in Balabry. And I asked about, right, so Oshekra is interested in using Verilag's soul prison for something and trying to pry the information out of Buranth. I got that somehow linked to this Garathu fellow that mentioned that Garathu will be cut down to size, or that he'll be finally has something to stop him, usually in discussion of Alamar and the location of the prison. And that's about all that Buranth could tell me.
Garathu.
Bless you.
Thank you. As you know, I've been under the weather. Garathu is a dragon.
Oh, okay.
And is one of the few truly benevolent beings in the ancient lands.
Oh.
A friend to travelers, to the forlorn, the forsaken. Those lands are arid and rough. Garathu inhabits the southern portion of the ancient lands and keeps a watch on all evil there. Oshekra, we know, has a tower somewhere on the western edge of that land. And if anyone is a check on Oshekra's expansion or plans to the east, it would be that great and wise dragon. But here's the thing. All the dragons have been inactive, so far as we can tell, for 300 years. If Garathu is waking and is active, then all the dragons may be stirring.
Wow. Okay. How many dragons are there? Does Brise know how many, story? I guess it would be stories, right, of how many distinct dragons.
So the fall of the northernmost elven, the major northern Elven city when they
Mhm.
occupied deep into what is now the frontier. That was one of the first cities the goblins hit when they emerged 350 years ago.
Right.
And what really was the final blow to that city, as its defenses were crumbling and the goblins were finally over the wall.
Mhm.
It's known that a great dragon appeared
Mm.
and laid waste to both armies and fled, and emptied the city.
Right.
So supposedly there's a dragon who resides in the ruin of that city.
Okay.
The other dragon you've probably heard of is one that resides either in the Great Fern Marsh, north of Almar,
Right.
or in one of the islands
Right.
there. Uh, but all of these dragons sort of went dormant 270, 350 years ago
Mhm.
and have not really been seen. Although I think there's been an occasion where you think you've seen a dragon.
I thought I
There certainly was an instance where you think you saw the marks of a dragon on that carriage that had all that wealth.
yeah, that's true.
Um, and
I
so
do.
maybe they've been active for a few years, but
Right.
word has not spread. I'm missing chats. I apologize.
Um, yeah, I guess I asked Fraldrum, um, is that the case? Would they all be awakened together? I guess historically that's been the case.
The silence of the dragons is one of the great mysteries
Mm.
that, uh, you know, I remember from a young woman, sorry.
She- She's changed genders a couple
I
times.
have, I have surgeries. These spells are great. Um, the, um, that they were a considerable threat throughout, and you would hear tales of them, especially among the dwarves.
Hmm.
Um, and then years passed, and the sightings became fewer and fewer. And then we've had nothing for centuries.
Mm.
I'm not a young woman anymore. In the mountains, of course, you always would hear of a sighting, but it would be dismissed as a great eagle or something similar in the distance. And there would be no further evidence, no fire damage, no great claws, no ravaging of a city.
Hmm.
But if Garathu is awake and of concern to a Shekra doesn't make up stories.
Hmm.
And he certainly doesn't spend enormous resources trying to fight imaginary enemies. So we have both a mix of good and bad here. And my apprentices and I must do what we can, I suppose, to try to make contact with Garathu.
Right. Yeah, a benevolent dragon being awakened is good, but then at the risk of being imprisoned by Oshekra.
And how many of the malevolent ones are awake as well.
Hmm.
Uh, we can continue this conversation after the break. I think it's an interesting point
Yeah, sounds good.
to continue on. So, guys, we're going to go stretch our legs and refill our drinks. Give us just a minute. We'll be right back with you. Hey, everybody, welcome back. Let's get Max back here. There he is.
Hello.
Quinn looked up for us the effect of alcohol on ADHD. It can affect it in several important and often harmful ways. Oh, dear. Including sneezing.
Not this time. Why did I have to do that as soon as we got back? I had 10 minutes to sneeze off camera. And then
That's right.
it's like when you get into your car and you start driving, like it's 70 miles an hour, and you're like, I have to close my eyes and sneeze now.
Yes. Yes.
Always what happens.
Well, Quinn, that's really interesting. Thank you for looking that up.
Yeah. It can worsen ADHD symptoms. Oh, impulse control. Yeah, that's interesting. So if you're trying to be aware of your own ADHD, it could just, mess with that. ADHD medication.
Interesting. Everybody's allergic to my face.
Allergic to your face.
This
It's better
thing.
than being scared of someone's face, I guess.
That's right. It's an understandable phobia. It's agoraphobia.
Sneezing, so we have this vicious cycle.
All right. Well, so we were discussing with Fraldrum the identity of Garothu and the waking of the dragons.
Mm-hmm. It's great subtitle for Karandrin, The Waking of the Dragons.
That's right.
This arc.
I have to go poop. Have fun chasing the dragon. Thank you, Quinn. So Fraldrum leans back in her chair and puts her fingers together, and she's like, Oshekra wouldn't be plotting Garothu's downfall if Garothu had just been
right
a threat.
It sounded in conversations Brandt had overheard that it had been repeatedly stymieing him in some way.
So perhaps they've all been stirring for months, if not years, but just not yet widely known. The other, I should look this up before I speak to. Let's see, that is it. The other person who would definitely know is Dinamimru. Dinamimru spends a good deal of time in that area of the world.
I don't know if we have a caption for Dinamimru, but he is he's a very friendly ent that we've encountered several times before.
Yeah, Ent wizard, part of a council of wizards that concern themselves with this part of the world. Very hard to read. But he is a colleague of Fraldrum's and several others.
Make sure I'm spelling his name right.
You may send it to you?
No, I got it.
Plesh, too, might be able to use his arts. Plesh being a goblin seer, also part of that same Wizards Council. Plesh's arts might also be able to identify whether there's an active dragon. But we can't call the whole council because Oshekra is part of that council. Oshekra, I should say.
Although I don't know how brash this is, but if we call the whole council and reveal Oshekra's plan right there, perhaps he would be forced to lay his hand, show us his hand.
I don't see that, other than perhaps the look on his face of surprise, we would gain anything from it. He could simply deny it, if he shows at the council at all.
Right.
He quit the council to the west, the one that occupies the northern Elven states. He found them too restrictive of his experimentations and putting their reputations at risk. The population wasn't so sparse here in the mountains, he might have faced a similar fate here, but the Elven states are so heavily populated. Those wizards would not countenance any sort of gamble with the safety of the populace.
Right.
Well then, this is a busy time to have added more things to my plate. But if we can find Garathu, that will be an important ally. Certainly, if the rumors of that giant are true, then that gentle being deserves every warning we can give him.
About the soul prison, if Verilag has her powers, are no longer being fueled by Kralum, would it be wise to try to undo the soul prison, so to prevent anyone from misusing it?
How much does, we sort of proceeded with an assumption. I should have stopped this. And that is, does Fraldrum know that you passed the location of the soul prison to Oshekra?
I want to say yes, because I'm pretty honest with her about most things.
Has it even come up?
I don't think so.
So maybe you've not been dishonest. It just hasn't come up.
Maybe. Yeah. We can say that now is the time, I tell her. I'm just looking through my notes quickly to see if I don't see soul prison come up though.
Yeah, you dare not search for Verilag in the notes. She'll be here all day.
Yeah, I'm trying to search backwards. Not making much. Okay, here we go. I remember I told people on the council, right? Falrumar, Plesh. They are aware of that. And this was back in May 22nd is when I have that happen. But I don't think I expressed it yet to anyone else. So simply hasn't come up right until now.
Yeah.
So I will say to her, I hate that this is my fault because it was Oshekra who managed to pry the information out of me.
Isn't that a lie?
He offered, he didn't really do any prying. He did. He made me an offer I couldn't refuse. I told him the location of the prison. He offered me something I could not turn down.
Fraldrum's face just falls. You handed evil a great tool that day. How long has he known?
2 months now.
That explains a lot. There have been rumors from both Gorb and Hanrock, which are the two largest goblin cities, of certain unscrupulous priests making deals. Verilag's prison is no doubt clerical magic, temple magic. One of my apprentices was injured tracing one such meeting. Escaped with her life, but just. Oshekra is gathering every clerical resource he can find to learn how to trap another soul in that prison. If it could trap the likes of Kralum, someone powered by Kralum, it could certainly trap a dragon. Why did you not come to me with this offer?
All I can say is I apologize. My shame. Oh, I told Falramar about it when she was here at the keep, and her reaction, was so severe. I think I was too ashamed to tell anyone else. It was a failing on my part.
The council that occupies the northern half of Theaxia, I could inform them. I have a contact there. Although perhaps they already know if you've told Falramar. If only Miagral had let me join any of these councils, but she sees it as a conflict of interest.
Oh, interesting.
Who else knows about the prison? The temple at Alamar knows.
Yes.
That would be the temple of Avalon in Alamar. They know they're working on destroying it.
Right. And that was months ago.
It's months ago.
So it might be worth revisiting there sometime soon. So I mentioned that. When I first encountered it, I went to the temple and they were working on resolving the problem. Although they were really focused on preventing Verilag from, gaining her power, right? I don't know if they were focused on destroying it.
Their attention must be tended to turn to it now.
Mm-hmm.
How many of us could that prison hold? He could take out entire councils.
Mm-hmm. What if we try to trap Kralum in there? He was trapped once. We trap him again. No. Yeah, I'm not sure the best. So again, I suggest I don't know who else is trapped in there right now as well. If Verilag was the only, only being of evil that was sealed there.
She asks you to recount everything you remember about the prison and your encounter with it and so on.
Okay.
And so you do so. Is there anything you want to leave out?
Well, I tell her I can't tell you the location of it. That is, I've used store secret to prevent me slipping up on that again. But otherwise, I tell her everything I know about the prison. Yeah. Which I would have told her before.
The location or the details?
The details. Oh, remind her. That was probably like 2 months, 3 months ago.
That's why she needs to hear it again.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of balls in the air.
Yeah.
She stops you at several points. She asks you questions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a good hour interrogation.
Yeah.
She says it sounds like a great number of innocents volunteered their lives, volunteered their souls to keep watch over the prison, and that they still do so. Now, one thing in our favor is that those souls did so willingly to do a good act.
Mm-hmm.
If they're unwilling to do it as an evil act, it may be possible that a Shekra cannot capture anyone of good heart. It would take necromantic influence to begin corrupting those souls and making the prison, shall we say, open to any influence.
All purpose.
Yeah. Have you had any discussions with Oshekra or any of his agents regarding Volshad and Holver?
No, I've not brought them up.
Still, once you're in this business long enough, you know who necromancers are. Although they are more reclusive than the rest of us, even.
Mm-hmm.
I must find an upright necromancer who could advise us.
Which we know that Brise doesn't agree with that.
Yeah, you don't even believe they exist, really.
Yeah. I'm not sure if I have anything to add to that, but I'll just,
Yeah,
still my time.
roll your eyes.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
That's right. Jeez. When do you expect an answer from Barant?
He said potentially today, tonight. I'm going to go back and see him in town.
They are communicating over great distances. That suggests magic of some sort. Oshekra would not travel here for an errand so small. An apprentice might, to speak directly to Barant.
Mm-hmm.
Teleport back to Oshekra, communicate your desires, return with answers. It's too early to try to capture one of the apprentices and try to force answers from them.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. So Baranth seemed self-serving, right? So it would probably not suit us to try to turn him to our cause either.
You plied him with alcohol and got some answers from him.
Right.
I don't know that if we turned him, he would be reliable.
Right.
He would.
Whoever gets him drunk the most he's going to give his answers.
He's on the side of whoever got him drunk the last,
Yeah.
So the destruction of Verilag's prison would settle all of this. But it's probably the most difficult of the tasks to do.
Yeah, that makes sense. They would have made it to be resisted. Although I mentioned that perhaps it is weakened over time because all I did was, get close to the prison to free that fragment of her soul.
You mentioned that there were stone slabs on the ground,
Right.
some of which had become disorganized, disheveled, uneven. And it's possible that those have runes on them that were ordered in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
That just erosion and time has shifted. You were sent. Weren't you sent after information regarding the formation of the prison, or you were just given? You were just given adventure locations, right?
Yeah, I think I stumbled across the prison unexpectedly.
Right, but afterwards, when you were exploring some of the dwarven ruins in the Vetch,
Mm-hmm.
you weren't really seeking answers regarding the prison, were
I
you?
was seeking answers about how Verlag was trapped in the first place.
I see.
Right,
Because if you could free him, it
right,
would. Right,
right. There was a dwarven king who defeated, Verlag,
right.
in which we connected with, maybe not the creator of the prison, but at least oversaw it. Or yeah. This is all sounding very familiar. Like 4 years ago in game or out
Yeah,
of
out of game. Yeah, in
discussion
playtime.
we had. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
well,
now
sure.
we're full circle where you have to undo the prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
No, just again the organic nature of Karandrin. It's interesting how this our goals have changed completely just because of how someone thought they could use this prison to their advantage.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So, keys about how the prison were formed, how it was formed, could tell us how to strengthen it or to destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is Oshekra seeking a similar thing?
Right.
He needs to know how to gain control of it and how to make use of it. Those sources will be identical.
So if we can track his plans, we might be able to find out the information we want to know. His apprentices and agents.
We also must consider that we need to send out our own envoys to find information about the same question, to get it before he can.
Right. I, volunteer. I should go to Alamar, to the temple of
Avalon.
Avalon and Avalar.
That's
And
him. Absalom. I'm sorry.
Abdul Jamar.
That's right.
I should go there and ask the priests if they have any, information they've discovered on or rediscovered on the prison. It's the least I can do for causing this situation.
Were there locations you were sent to try to find information on the temple? On the prison?
I'm trying to think. The only information we found was just there was at least a dwarven hold that was supposed to be and there was nowhere specific. We had the theory that the dwarven holds in the area where that king once ruled could have texts on the prison's creation, but never got close to anything concrete.
Those temples are a good start. And if he doesn't have good sources on them, we may beat his apprentices to some of those temples.
That's true. He wouldn't know that that those are the holds that might have the information.
Can you find your way back to that hold?
Oh my goodness. Do I have a good memory of either the town, which was Breneloth was the name of it,
Mm-hmm.
or the hold itself?
Roll it up.
For that. 88.
You feel like there's at least one place you could teleport back to
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
It's inside the hold.
Wow. Are we going to come back to the hold?
It's very interesting.
I'm going to need to go back to my note. I only explored like, a small section of it, but I should go back to my notes and try to map out what that section was.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Yeah, because you've got to find the temples within that hold, find their libraries and so on, hope they're not too badly plundered.
Right.
And the other fear is the extent to which the Philistine might be occupying some of those towns, although their people were extinguished later. Because it was that they were
in the Vetch, or was it more?
It's so they're on the western edge of the Vetch. The Philistine on the western edge of the Vetch.
Yeah.
Breneloth is in the east center edge of the Vetch.
Okay.
So there's quite a bit of distance, but the question is, did that dwarven kingdom extend to where the Philistine later came to rule?
Right.
But there's nothing you can do about that, right? I mean, you can only, search out towns that you can search out. The, here's where some eagles would be handy to find some more ancient ruins that you could, be deposited by, and then search out temples, and then go to the next one and go to the next one, hoping to find something about the creation of the prison itself. Now, that's right, because the dwarves were forging the chains, and that was the other thing, was to look at the metallurgy of those chains.
Right.
So here you would skip the metallurgy and just go for the magical aspect of it. What is the magical architecture of that prison? The other possibility is go teleport directly to the lake and question the spirits directly.
Right. Which we know would potentially further erode, the prison or free whatever's left of Verilag.
Well, they were talking to you before you approached too closely.
That's true. And they said, do not come another step. And I decided to take another step.
Right. Which you haven't done in a while. So you've learned your lesson.
So I'll stand like half a mile away and say, hey, take another step.
Just have a runner. Just come back. Send it via Azrael, right?
Yeah. I'll get a bird familiar who can fly above the prison.
Right.
Right. So that actually would be a more direct way. I was looking through my notes here, and the notes on that hold, I believe, are from when I was still writing paper notes.
I think so.
So I would need to dig those up. Should be
well, I've still got the parts that I've drawn. I keep those.
Oh, okay.
So,
wow.
You dropped a shield outside that. Do you remember that? You dropped a pretty nice shield outside of that hold. It's stuck in the slopes outside the hold.
I do remember that. Yeah. I was climbing that kind of steep cliff face.
Yeah, we were talking about that's how adventurers just find random treasure in the woods.
Right. Yeah, I do remember the discussion. Like,
this is how it happens,
Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll find my old horse. That's also where I let go of my first horse.
That's right.
I'm like, I cannot take this guy all the way back.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Do you remember you had your horse? You and your horse were staying in a cottage, right? That you had secured. It was an old blacksmith shop. That's what it
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
And a creature tried to break into the cottage
Right.
and said, wanted to eat the horse and said, my horse, my horse. And you said, I saw him first. As though because you saw him first, you were going to eat him.
I don't remember that. That's really funny. My horse.
I saw him first. My God, if anyone's going to eat my horse, it's going to be me.
My horse.
I haven't been massaging and tenderizing this horse for no reason. So some other bastard could eat him. It's for me. Oshekra will have put guards on magical guards, at least, if not physical guards, on the prison.
Right. Yeah, 2 months is definitely plenty of time for him to find it too. And
wait, no, you took him directly there.
Oh, that's right.
He knows exactly where it is.
I completely forgot. I teleported him there. Yeah.
So you would need to restore your memory of the location of the prison and see if you can sneak in and speak to the spirits.
Okay.
We need to know if they're capable of holding someone of good heart. We also need to know if the answer is yes, we need to know what ancient towns might hold secrets to undoing the prison altogether. These would be cities of their time. I know you described children and so on. I doubt they would know, of course. So ask the elders of that group.
Right. Okay. That I can do.
In the meantime, I will cast a wide net and see what I can find about activities of Oshekra's apprentices and any necromantic contacts he may have had. And I will reach out to the council here and find what we can about the disposition of Garathu. Dinamimeru, being often so distant from the council, doesn't attend every one, but he would be valuable. If anyone knows if Garathu is awake and active in his location, it would be Dinamimeru. I will tell Athene that you're on a mission for me. Do everything you can to get us answers from the spirits. But
Understood.
You cannot get caught. It'll be important for you to have a place to teleport to escape detection.
Right. I have a shape-shifting potion. If I shapeshift into an animal, can I still talk?
Yes.
I'm still intelligent and can talk. Okay. Because that would be very easy to slip in as a snake and speak with the spirits. Yeah. Okay. But yes, I tell her I'll make sure to have a location memorized so I can easily get out of there if I'm detected or captured.
And you may expect to teleport more than one time.
True. We've seen what a powerful wizard can do with tracing a teleport.
As soon as you have your answers from Baranth, I recommend you leave for Alamar.
All right.
Do you want to release your secret from Azrael?
Yeah, I'll do that now.
Okay. So if you've got that in your notes, then erase that because now you can store another secret.
What if I this is really stupid. I store the secret that I can store secret in Azrael. And I just that the
Never
store
use it.
spell exists. They're creating like a catch-22.
Never use it again.
Whoops. What happens if I store secret and then break the bond with my familiar?
That's interesting.
Yeah. Do I lose that information forever?
That's a
Or
good question.
yeah. I
That's
asked that to Fraldrum.
Do you want to?
Yeah, might as well. I'm here. No.
She says, I don't know. It's never come up. It is possible the memory would be fragmented between you two.
All right. Yeah, then I say I'll take off. I'll probably stay in town tonight and take off tomorrow morning for Alamar, and plan to report back. If I were to go on foot to Alamar, I always forget the distance.
It's quite a ways because you've got to go.
So I'd probably teleport there then.
You can't teleport there; it's too far away.
Oh my God. Okay. So I need to find a way to get to Alamar first.
Right.
Before I know how long I'm going to be gone for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you could teleport to the Vetch, teleport to Convergence.
Right.
And then oh, we lost Max. That was weird.
So I teleported.
He teleported. Okay. So you can teleport to Convergence.
Map real quick here. Yeah, Narga's Alamar. Okay, yeah, I would need to go to. I gotcha. And then the Axia's all the way over here. Yeah.
So
that is pretty far away.
Yeah. So you get the Convergence, and then it's like a 3-day ride or walk to Alamar.
Okay. Yeah, I think I got to Convergence from Alamar. I recall taking the Old Coast Road, right?
Not the Old Coast Road, but yes, a road.
Okay.
Yeah. You could, certainly follow that same path.
Alternatively, but you're right. I keep reading. Okay, Alamar's too far to teleport to, so I need to get close enough that I can teleport to the Soul Prison in the first place.
Right.
But even then, I don't want to teleport directly to it, but area I remember nearby.
Right. If you've got such an area.
Which there was, I remember a corpse of a giant with like a weapon in his hand.
Yeah.
Again, I'll find my old notes and we'll see if we can pick out a landmark from there.
And the question is, do you risk teleporting that close?
Yeah, even that, or do I just try to retrace my steps and find it from the city itself?
Right. Yeah, I mean, you may wind up back at your very first set of ruins, the last of the Hounding.
Yeah.
So I think this is kind of a good place to kind of wrap up, and we can,
okay.
Fraldrum will leave with, understanding you're going to report back with hopefully locations to search. If not, then hopefully just, the confirmation that the prison can't hold anything that isn't inherently evil.
Right.
That would be, that would be a load off.
Right.
So nice if you convince them to trap Oshakra. That would be terrific.
Yeah, how do we turn this to our advantage?
Yeah, right.
Trap all of Neogral's enemies.
That's right.
Trap Crom.
That's right. Yeah.
God.
So
that's how you get Pandora's box.
That's right. So we're not going to play next week. Got some travel plans that interfere with that. So in 2 weeks, we'll pick back up. It is late afternoon. Fraldrum has just left. You are going to head down to Balabry, finish your conversation with Baranth, see if you can get information. I guess you're going to pack to go, right?
Yeah, pack everything up.
And I guess you'll probably just stay at that inn until you have an answer and then leave from there.
Right.
I guess you're not taking your horse if you plan on teleporting.
Correct.
Okay.
We're near the keep.
And so in 2 weeks we'll return, and you'll finish your conversation with Baranth and then head to Verlag's prison to try to speak with the spirits about whom they are allowed to trap within the prison.
Right.
So guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. If you think we're doing a good job and want to see more, then hey, like and subscribe to us, because that always helps. Think we're doing a great job. Hop to Donor Box and send us some love. Max does a great job on his YouTube channel. You see the link right there, where he discusses the role of music and music and original soundtracks in video games. Thanks as always to Elliot Dunovitz for their terrific character art for Brise that we use almost every session. You can see more of their work at artstation.com/Tortolua. And I've got a novel called A Shore Too Far you can find on Amazon. Max, why don't you say goodbye to these lovely people?
Yeah, hopefully all of our old viewers are getting some fun nostalgia from this session, and we're excited to see what happens in the next couple weeks. So yeah, join us all then.